was in 8th grade, I had always walked home alone. Once I got home, I would start my homework, and my sister would come home about half an hour or so. This particular day, it was pouring outside, and I had forgotten my umbrella. I had to walk with my backpack over my head, soaking the outside. I didn't realize that my laptop was still inside. When I got home, I pulled out my schoolwork and saw my laptop dripping wet in rainwater. I put my laptop on the counter and, not gonna lie, screamed every cuss word in the book. I left my laptop on the counter and went to use the bathroom. When I got back, my laptop wasn't on the counter. I looked around me and it wasn't anywhere in the kitchen. I had taken off my shoes but left my socks on, so it was very easy to feel the cold water under my feet. I followed the water trail until I had reached my living room. The water trail had gone under my TV stand. The wall behind my TV stand went into a room we never used. My family is very much afraid of spiders, and there was an average of 20 spiders on the wall when we had gotten the house, so the room was vacant. When I had bent down to look under the TV stand, I heard a loud creak above me. I looked back up and my TV, which is a really large flat screen, had started falling on top of me. I couldn't get out of the way quick enough and the TV had fallen onto my legs. I had left my cell phone on the counter so I couldn't call for help, so I laid there helplessly. I closed my eyes and hoped my sister would come home soon. I looked back under my TV stand and I saw a pair of men's hands holding my laptop on the floor. I couldn't run, and I couldn't find my voice, so I just closed my eyes and covered my head. 20 minutes later, I heard my front door. I called out for my sister and cried some more. I thought that I was finally going to get some help, that I would be saved. But when I looked towards my doorway, there was a man standing there, holding my laptop. I couldn't move. I couldn't close my eyes, and I couldn't breathe. I stared at him until I passed out from holding my breath for way too long. I woke up a few hours later in a hospital room with my mom and sister sitting next to me. I immediately told them about the man behind the TV. I asked my sister to record a video when the police looked behind the wall. I deleted the video for fear of the man returning for having even more evidence against him. But I can describe what I saw. She walked behind a few officers who moved the TV stand. They found a hole in the wall the size of a small bathroom mirror, just big enough for a person to fit through. They also found some of my jewelry, my clothes, and even a little bit of my hair. They also found my water-filled laptop. We moved out soon after and are now living in a different city. But it still terrifies me to look under small places, in fear of seeing that stranger holding something else. Nothing was taken in this story, but I'm still paranoid and anxious about home security now. When my wife and I entered our home late one night, we opened the front door and I distinctly heard another door close somewhere in the house. I froze and looked at my wife. She heard it too. Did I forget to set the alarm, or did someone disable it? As we practiced, we backed out of the house, keeping an eye on the door. I grabbed my handgun out of the truck. She began recording on her phone. I shouted a warning into the house, saying they had 15 seconds to make themselves known, or else I would shoot them on sight. After 20 seconds, we entered. She stayed behind me in the zones already determined safe, while I checked every single room in the house. Couldn't find anything. I checked everything again. I swear to God, I opened every door and checked every crevice. I know I did because I'm paranoid. We don't have a lot of stuff, so there wasn't anywhere for anyone to hide. I checked the cabinets, the closets, everything. The footage clearly shows us checking every room. I checked everything and everywhere. It was late, so I set the alarm. We locked our bedroom door and went to sleep. Now, our front door is near the master bedroom and is actually two doors, an outside metal security door and a wooden interior door. The difference in sound could not be more distinguishable. Anyway, about 2 hours later, I woke up during the night. I heard the inner door open, the alarm go off, then the outer door open. So I have a sister named Elena and a little brother named Johnny. He's 8 years old. So one day I was sitting in my room, watching some TV on my computer when Johnny knocks on the door. And I ask him what does he want, and this is what he said to me.
Hey, there was a clown in my room, and it kept me up all night long, and I can't sleep, and the clown is starting to be mean.
I thought it was just describing a dream he had or his imagination, so I brushed it off and told him he would be okay. There is no clown. I then went back to watching my show, and at the dinner table he was drawing something. I looked over to see what he was drawing, and it was a clown with no eyes, wearing a white suit with blood on it. The picture he was drawing kind of disturbed me, but I did not think anything of it. So after dinner, Mom and Dad tell me that they are going to meet up with some friends, and I needed to watch my little brother. They were going to take my sister with them. They wanted me to put him to bed by 11 p.m. I said okay, and my parents and my sister got ready, and then they headed out the front door. My little brother sits down and talks with me while I play my game, and he keeps on saying if I could get rid of the mean clown that sneaks into his room. And I told him once again that there is no clown and he'll be fine. 11 p.m. I told him it was time for bed, and he looks at me with fearful eyes and says,
Please, can I sleep with you? Please, I don't like the clown.
I declined and picked him up and set him in his bed. And he tells me in a shaky voice, good night. And I give him a hug and tell him everything will be fine. There is nothing to be scared of. 11:30 p.m. He runs out to the living room and tells me the clown is here, and I look at him and thought it was a nightmare. Then when I went to his room, I froze in terror. I saw a person with a clown mask and a white suit with red stuff, which I think is blood. And then the person runs towards me, and I dodge him as he was trying to come after me. I went into my room and shut and locked the door, with my little brother still in my arms, and I put him down and called the police. They showed up 5 minutes later, and I opened my bedroom door and ran to the front door. When the police came in, they searched the house, but he was nowhere to be found. Not even 20 minutes later, my parents came home worried sick, as they had gotten a call from the neighbors about the police showing up. My brother sleeps in my room now. I moved his bed into my room. It still scares me that that person in a clown mask was not caught. And some nights, I feel like I'm still being watched.